Your essential guide to Showerthoughts. Princess Peach is a human monarch ruling over non-human creatures. Mario is her enforcer. Bowser is trying to liberate his people from human oppression. Your grandparents are so much nicer to you than your parents because they recognize the mistakes they made when raising your parents. Daredevil could single-handedly fight off the monsters from Bird Box because he can't see but can still coordinate himself. We have cars that literally drive themselves, and yet nobody has put a function to automatically roll the windows up when the car gets turned off. Birthdays are only really fun when you're under 25 or over 80. Phones are like infants. The more you drop them, the slower they get. Our life is a cycle of us not wanting to go to bed and then not wanting to leave bed. The weird, artsy loner usually gets the girl in movies instead of the jock, simply because many movies are written by weird, artsy loners. Opening the task manager is like snitching to the teacher. Magically everyone starts working again instead of messing around. Many people's lives are simply one long trip between two hospitals. Your butt can release all states of matter if you've eaten seafood lately. Solid, liquid, gas, and what feels like plasma. If someone under 21 in US walks into a store and breaks a bottle of wine, they legally can't pay for it because they are under the age limit. Game of Thrones is a porn parody of How to Train Your Dragon. The only thing separating laddies from ladies is a D. Never Gonna Give You Up has 561 million views, the majority of which were likely unwitting. Whenever you feel sad, just remember, someone out there has just been caught masturbating by their mom. It is likely that at least one person had at least one sexual fantasy about you. Despite being a generally non-musical cartoon, SpongeBob produced some of the most popular songs from any cartoon in history. When a porn star takes her clothes off, they're getting dressed for work. Cowboys riding off into the sunset picked a really bad time to start a journey. The letter X is probably used more in math than in English. At some point, an earthquake has caused someone to lose a game of Jenga. Salivating is your stomach getting horny. We all have accepted the fact that a guy dressing up as a bat and making a deep voice is a badass. There could be a weather phenomenon so rare that we don't even know it could happen. We're pretty lucky that mosquitoes don't have the lightning fast reaction time of flies. The mundane things you experience today will feel warmly nostalgic to you in 30 years from now. One of the biggest lies adults say is if you tell the truth, you won't get in trouble. Most people don't follow their dreams because they'd prefer not to spoil the perfection of their fantasies. Unlockable can be used to describe both something that can be unlocked, as well as something that cannot be locked. You know a series is good if it leaves a hole in your heart after finishing it. Possibly thousands of stuffed animals have been tortured or murdered due to angry ex-girlfriends breaking up with their significant others. Possibly the most widespread self-destructive flaw in the human race is that we rush for what we want but procrastinate for what we need. At some point an earthquake has caused someone to win a game of Jenga. Someone needs to remake Ignition by R. Kelly because it's a really good song but he's a piece of shit. Also, I'm drunk at a wedding. There could be a person named Jenny who was born on the 8th of June 1975 at 3:09. There are screenshots of your texts out there that you have no idea about. Since we don't have any natural predators after our species, we make them up and imagine how we beat them. If you can make an omelette, you are never more than 6 minutes away from a home-cooked meal that costs under $1. No sex scene will ever seem real until someone has to excuse themselves to go pee first. If you want a deaf person to stop talking, just give them something to hold. It's weird to know that most people have had sex. The sweet elderly lady next to you on the bench probably choked on a dick at some point in her life. If you're ever scared of the monsters in the dark, then just masturbate. Point in the corner of the room and say, "This one's for you." People say we don't deserve dogs, but we invented dogs.